So my name is Lou Studdert. I'm part of the production team at Activision for Skylanders, and we're showing Skylanders Swap Force here on the Xbox One.
Talk about how the experience has been improved when it comes to the Xbox One.
So one of our key goals with Skylanders is actually to make a game that plays like an interactive feature film for kids. And the Xbox One is allowing us to even get closer to that by allowing us to have native 1080p graphics, high-definition textures, and a lot of added bells and whistles and cutting-edge graphical techniques that are pushing it closer and closer to that animated feature film for kids.
When it comes to Skylanders Swap Force, talk a little about the experience and what you guys are adding new to the equation.
So Skylanders Swap Force is really cool because it's right there in the name. We have the titular Swap Force, who are a specific class of Skylanders that, through encountering a magic volcano that erupted, actually split them in two and allows them to mix and match their halves. So it's allowing the player to mix and match and bring to the game instantly their combination of Skylanders that they want to play as. And we have 16 unique Swap Force Skylanders that allow kids to make and create 256 different combinations of Skylanders to bring into the game. And then in addition to that, we also have all of the older characters that you may have had from the previous two games. And what's really cool about that for Xbox One is it allows you to go to the next generation of systems without losing any of your collection. So all of your characters that you've played with on the Xbox 360 or other consoles now can be carried forward to the Xbox One.
When it comes to some of the newer characters, can you walk us through some of them and their capabilities?
Sure, absolutely. Let me turn around and grab a couple of these for you. I'll just grab a couple right here. So let's start off with a couple of the Swap Force Skylanders. So I'm going to start off with one of my favorites. It actually comes in the starter pack. This is Washbuckler. And Washbuckler, you can see, is an octopus pirate. And what's really cool about him is it's right there on the toy, the moves that he can do. So you actually see his really awesome pirate cutlass, which he uses for kind of base level melee attacks. He also has a bubble gun, which actually grabs enemies, causes them to float, allowing you to attack them as well. But then his lower half's really cool because then you can use his suction cup tentacles to not only attack enemies, but to initiate in wall climbing gameplay, which is really unique and brand new to Swap Force. So another one of the Swap Force Skylanders that we have, this is Magna Charge. And Magna Charge is, you can see, a magnet-themed robot who rides on a magnetic wheel. So what's cool about him is he has this energy gun, this Gatling cannon here, which will actually overheat, which you can upgrade and turn that overheat into another move itself. Turn it into like a launching rocket. He can then use his magnet head to pick up and grab enemies, or if enemies aren't around, to literally summon the kitchen sink and slam it on enemies. And then that magnetic wheel will actually grab and ensnare and throw enemies as well. But what's really cool about the Skylanders Swap Force is you can take those moves and choose what you really like. So one of the things that I like doing is actually creating a new combination called Magna Buckler. So you see you get the upper half magnetic robot, and then you get the lower half suction cup tentacles of Washbuckler. And when he does his tentacle roll, it actually causes a juggle on the enemies. And if you time it right, you can pick up with the magnet head the enemy before it even hits the ground, and then slam it into others. So by mixing and matching these different combinations of characters, you can actually come up with really fun and unique ways to play. And so we're not just doing Swap Force Skylanders, but we have new core Skylanders as well. And I'll just go over this one. This is one of my favorites. This is Star Strike. This is actually a light core variant of Star Strike, so when you put her on the portal, her eyes actually light up, which is really cool. But she's one of the more advanced characters. So we have a lot of characters in the game that, a younger child could easily go through, use single buttons, kind of learn how to play, but then there's a lot of characters that have this in-depth kind of combat system that the more you play and learn, you can actually get better and better for higher skilled players, or just as you get better with the game. And what she does is that she actually throws out a star, which acts as a projectile. But like a boomerang, it comes back. Her secondary attack, though, is to spin, which if you time it right, you reflect that star back, and you're basically playing ping pong with yourself. And every time you hit that star, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, causing more damage against enemies. So it's a really unique way to play, really timing specific, and really rewards kind of more advanced players, which is really fun.